Hi guys, welcome to Storytime Sunday, the 3-day weekend edition, which is fantastic because I don't feel like this weight on my shoulders that when it's time to do Storytime Sunday, it's almost time to go to sleep to wake up for work because I don't have to work tomorrow. Yay! Happiness. 3-day weekends are happy. Hope you guys have had a great weekend so far. Are planning a fun, happy holiday tomorrow. Hopefully it's nice weather where you are. It's beautiful here. It's absolutely gorgeous here today. So we'll give it just a few moments. I am excited tonight because I'm reading one of my favorite books when I was in high school, actually. It's a kid's book, but it's okay. Fun times. Oh, we'll give it just a little bit of time to let people join. Hello, Rebecca. Sorry for the noise in the back. My studio is set up in the basement and we have the washing machine running. So a little bit of noise, but it's okay. I don't think it's too awful bad. I was watching TikTok videos earlier, and I've got all the songs from the different videos stuck in my head. Did you guys have a good wedding? Was Glenn's wedding good? I saw some of the pictures. It looked really pretty. Oh, balding for Becky. Weird lighting. Don't like that. Get some comb over action going. I'll give it just a few more minutes. I have a feeling that this is probably going to be a light night with people on the live chat because it's a 3-day weekend. So I have a feeling a lot of people are probably out or planning or, I don't know, traveling. Good. I'm glad to hear that it was good. It looked beautiful. It's just weird. I guess it's the lighting, but my hair looks so weird right there. All right, we're gonna get started. For Storytime Sunday, so I can go watch some Dark Crystal. Hope you guys are watching that too, because it's really fun. So this is a fun one. I'm excited. So today's Storytime Sunday is the true story of the 3 little pigs. The true story. See? And it's by A. Wolf. I get it. Yeah. So as told to John Scieszka, illustrated by Blaine Smith. The true story of the 3 little pigs. I really want to read this in a detective voice, but I'm not going to. Everybody knows the story of the 3 little pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story, because nobody has ever heard my side of the story. There's not really a picture there, just words. I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf, but you can call me Al. I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong. Maybe it's because of our diets. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies and sheep and pigs. It's just the way we are. If a cheeseburger were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. That's Alexander T. Wolf, a wolf. And take away the bread and that looks like a yummy cheeseburger. But, like I was saying, the whole big bad wolf thing is all wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar. This is the real story. Way back in Once Upon a Time, I was making a birthday cake for my dear old granny. I had a terrible sneezing cold, and I ran out of sugar. So, I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar. Now, this neighbor was a pig, and he wasn't too bright either. He had built his whole house out of straw. Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house of straw? So, of course, the minute I knocked on the door, it fell right in. I didn't want to just walk into somebody else's house, so I called, little pig, are you in?" No answer. I was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed. And I sneezed a great sneeze. Do you know what? That whole darn house fell right down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail. He'd been home the whole time. Well, it seemed a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw, so I ate him up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there. I was feeling a little better, but I still didn't have my cup of sugar. So I went to the next neighbor's house. This neighbor was the first little pig's brother. He was a little smarter, but not much. He had built his house out of sticks. I rang the bell on the stick house. Nobody answered. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" He yelled back, "Go away, wolf. You can't come in. I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin chin." There's the house. And there's the piggy shaving his chinny chin chin. I had just grabbed the doorknob when I felt another sneeze coming. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze. And you're not going to believe this, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's. When the dust cleared, there was a second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor. Now, you know food will spoil, so if you leave it out in the open. So I did the only thing that there was to do. I had dinner again. Think of it as a second helping. I was getting awfully full, but my cold was feeling better, and I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake. So I went to the next house. This guy was the first and second little pig's brother. He must have been the brains in the family. He had built his house out of bricks. I knocked on the brick house. No answer. I called, Mr. Pig, are you in?" And do you know what that rude little porker answered? "Get out of here, wolf. Don't bother me again." that impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar, and he wouldn't give me one little cup for my dear sweet old granny's birthday cake. Psh, what a pig. I was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when I felt my cold coming on. I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed once again. Then the third little pig yelled, "And your old granny can sit on a pin." Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy. When the cops drove up, of course, I was trying to break down the pig's door, and the whole time I was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene. The rest, as I say, is history. The news reporters found out about the 2 pigs I had for dinner, blah, blah, blah. They figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting, so they jazzed it all up with the story of all that huffing and puffing and blowing your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf. That's it. The real story. I was framed. But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar? There you have it. The true story of the 3 little pigs. It's all a frame job. Fake news. So there you go. I hope you guys enjoyed Storytime Sunday. I love this book. I love, love, love this book. I have loved this book for so many years. Decades. I have loved this book. It's a good one. So I recommend going to get it. If you are in the Bangor area, definitely go over to the Briar Patch. They have the softcover books like this one, which I got there, 2 for $10. So definitely worth it. Such a fun book. One of those books that you can read over and over and over again, and it's so funny. So wonderful. We have next Sunday, I have a Storytime Sunday. The Sunday following, I will be in Disney World. So I'm not sure if I will be doing a Storytime Sunday. More than likely, we won't be doing a Storytime Sunday in 2 weeks. But, I don't know. I might surprise myself and you. We'll see. We'll see. In the meantime, you guys, make sure to go to your local booksellers. Utilize your local booksellers' brains and knowledge of books and find some really new, fun books. Also, keep being creative and have a fantabulous holiday day tomorrow. And I will see you next Sunday for more Storytime Sunday right here on River Road. See you real soon. Bye.